This is David Goldman, Asia Times Deputy Editor, speaking to you from New York on the evening of May 24th. Well, the Chinese yuan is the currency to be in now. Last week, as I reported in Asia Times overnight, a senior official of China's central bank proposed that China appreciate the currency in order to reduce the impact of rising global raw materials prices on the inflation rate in China. China, for political reasons, is the most inflation-averse country in the world. Among the major economies, the Chinese people don't like inflation. The Chinese government knows the people don't like inflation, and they will take extraordinary measures if necessary to suppress it. With most raw materials prices, copper, iron, and so forth, trading at nearly double their pandemic levels of last year, imported inflation is an enormous concern for China. Last week, the Chinese authorities began jawboning commodity prices, producing a brief drop in copper, iron, and so forth. That's not going to work very well because the fundamental problem is a global supply and demand imbalance, underinvestment in raw material capacity. That's particularly true in oil, where the global rig count for oil is the lowest in the world. Well, the last measure that China has to break inflation is the currency, and if you look at the chart of the day, we see that China's currency is now at a 3-year high of about 6.4 to the dollar. The question is, does the appreciation of China's currency over the past year reflect Chinese currency strength or dollar weakness? In fact, China's RMB has been guided along with a basket of currencies, including the euro and the Japanese yen, as a way of stabilizing China's relative prices with its trading partners. But I think that China is going to be much less tolerant of inflation than, say, the Europeans are. For example, the German Bundesbank last week, which has a reputation for being an inflation hawk, predicted that inflation in Germany will go up to 4% due to extraordinary factors related to the reopening of Germany's economy, and said they wouldn't worry about it. I don't think China is going to be so tolerant, so I think we're going to see appreciation of the Chinese RMB against both the euro and the Japanese yen, as well as emphatically the US dollar. The US Federal Reserve is taking a what me worry approach to inflation. They hardly can do anything else because if they were to lean against inflation, they would make it extremely painful for the US Treasury to finance its enormous multi-trillion-dollar budget deficit, now at about 15% of gross domestic product. So the Fed is painted into a corner and likely to let the dollar depreciate. So in conclusion, again, the Chinese yuan is the currency to be in right now. This is David Goldman, Asia Times Deputy Editor.